It's the eve of the round of 32 of the World Cup. Zio Tony and Uncle C's are in the favelas getting their hair dyed blonde. All of a sudden, they look to their left, Ronaldinho. They look to their right, Neymar Jr. They say to them, Neymar, aren't you supposed to be at the World Cup, bro? He looks and says, oh, amigos, como estás? Hey, you boys not gambling anymore? We turn to him and we say, Neymar, of course we are. He turns and says, well, you know what? I got an 8-leg parlay that is 225x your money.
I got an 11-leg parlay that is 227.70x your money.
I'm putting $361.85 to return $81,494.07. We'll see you at the money counter, $80,000 richer for the round of 32. Welcome back to the Last Leg podcast powered by the Mandem at MBH Bets. Guys, this is episode 40. Quick round of applause.
Let's go.
40 episodes of this shit is pretty crazy. But anyways, before we get to it, guys, I want to let you guys know something very simple, okay? We've been crushing on Polymarket. Make sure you crush there with us. If you're on Polymarket or you want to get on Polymarket, very simple, guys. Download the Polymarket app on the App Store. Use code ANT20 to claim a free $50. Congratulations. Okay, let's get to it. Guys, subscribe, by the way. I forgot to say. Subscribe. Guys,
Don't forget that.
Every week, bro, 60% of you guys not subscribing. It's like over 2,000 people. That's not cool, bro.
It's not nice.
We ask you to do one thing. Click the goddamn subscribe button. It's not hard to do, okay? So give you a second to do it right now. Ding, congratulations. You just subscribed to the best soccer betting podcast in the world. And we're going on. All right, last week's pick percentages. Zio Tony, myself, I did 69%. That's 9 out of 13 games. And Uncle C's did 61%, 8 of 13. So we were both pretty much right there.
Let's go.
Again, we've been great. Honestly, we've been great. We've been crushing, actually.
Bro, we've been great. We've been super. We've been crushing. Been doing fucking phenomenal, dude.
Yeah, phenomenal, dude. All right, moving on. Let's get to it. The reason you guys are here. Game one, starting off with Ecuador versus Germany. Germany doesn't really have much to play for, right? They pretty much topped the group. Yeah, they topped the group. I mean, Cote d'Ivoire could win, but their goal differential, there's no way they're going to catch up to Germany unless they literally scored 10 goals against Curacao. It's not going to happen. I'm going with under 3.5 goals here at 1.44. Ecuador does have something to play for. If Ecuador wins, there is a chance they go through as a second or third place team. But they're not scoring. They're not really conceding either. And Germany, I don't think, is going to go as hard as they have the first two games. And they honestly only put 2 past Cote d'Ivoire anyways. One was super late. So, yeah, I think under 3.5 is a very safe bet here at 1.44. That's what I'm taking.
Yeah, I don't see Germany losing this game, but I can't really see them winning. So I'm going to take Germany double chance at 1.3. I think that's great value anytime you can get Germany for those odds as a little parlay inclusion. Yes, they're pretty much through. Ecuador, they need to win. They haven't scored any goals yet. They've conceded 1. This is going to win or 2? 1, right? Because they tied 0-0.
1, yeah.
They can't really score goals, so I don't think Germany are going to concede much. So double chance Germany.
All right, moving on. Next matchup, we have Curacao versus Ivory Coast, the second matchup in this group. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, every team here has an opportunity. Cote d'Ivoire will want to get a point or 3 to solidify themselves as second place. On the flip side, Curacao with a win can climb up to third, maybe second. So it's an interesting matchup. Obviously, Ivory Coast is a much better team, but Curacao has surprised. Obviously, they took a beating to Germany, but then they got the 0-0 draw against Ecuador. Very good performance by them. Had some opportunities to score as well. So here, I'm going to go with over 2.5 total goals in the game at 1.53. You guys know I don't like taking overs very often, but I see two teams are going to want to get a result. Ivory Coast might score 2 on their own, might score 3 on their own. Curacao capable of getting 1. So over 2.5 is a great bet here.
Yeah, I like Ivory Coast minus 1.5 just because they have a very good offense. They missed a lot of chances last game against Germany. They could have won it, actually, or at least gotten a result. And I think they have more than enough to score 2 or 3 against these guys. So I'm taking them minus 1.5 at, sorry, my computer's bugging, at 1.5 odds. That's kind of steep for a handicap bet, but it's the value I see.
Okay, moving on. Next matchup, Japan versus Sweden. Yeah, this is an interesting group. Japan and Netherlands both on 4 points, but Netherlands goal differential is through the roof. Actually,
No, they're tied on
Sorry,
4.
they're tied. I lied. They tied because Japan destroyed Tunisia. So they're tied on 4. Netherlands going to go get a result against Tunisia, which we'll talk about next. Sweden is not a pushover like Tunisia, but I still think Japan can win. Nonetheless, 2 teams that are scoring at will. Give me both teams to score here at 1.6. I think that's a ton of value for a game where both teams are going to try to get a result. I don't think either team is going to want to sit back and draw here. Neither team has a reason to do that, essentially. They both are going to want to win for their respective reasons to see themselves through to the next round. Sweden, very capable of scoring, as we've seen, but also very capable of conceding. They 8-5 against Netherlands, and vice versa. Japan put the work on Tunisia, but then also conceded to Netherlands, who is a better team. Nonetheless, both teams to score here at 1.6. Book it.
Yeah, I think obviously the best 2 teams in this group are Netherlands and Japan, Sweden being just a little bit schiefer than Japan. But nonetheless, I think they can score. They're capable of scoring against Japan. I think Japan will outscore them. And considering both teams' first 2 games in the tournament, all going over 2.5 goals, and both teams to score. Was it both teams to score in the first Sweden game?
Yes.
Yeah, 5-1 Tunisia.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like over 2.5 at 1.8 odds. I think this is very easy, very telling. Both teams have something to play for. Both teams want to win. So with that being said, both teams are probably going to score. And over 2.5 goals because someone will eventually win, or it could be a high scoring tie. Value 1.8, solid for me. And let's move on to the next match.
All right, next matchup, we have Tunisia versus Netherlands. Again, we kind of just explained the group. Tunisia is cooked. Fired their coach, murked both games, -8 goal differential, buddy. They're done. They've scored 1 and conceded 9. They are finished in this tournament.
The definition of done.
Literally, they're the definition of like they're well done. Okay. Netherlands again tied on goal differential with Japan in first place, first and second at 4 points. They're gonna put the work and they're gonna try to score as many goals as possible. So I have like 2 ways you can approach this. I think on a safer side, you take Netherlands -1.5 on the Asian line, so to win by 2 or more goals at 1.42. On the flip side, if you want to get a little bit riskier, which again I still think is very safe in this situation, is Netherlands -2.5 to win by 3 or more goals, and that's at 1.98. So basically double your money. That's a very good straight bet if you want to take that. And vice versa, even the -1.5 is still a good bet at 1.42. So depending on your risk tolerance, you're either going to go -1.5 or -2.5 here, but they're both great bets.
Yeah, both great bets. In a similar fashion, I'll be taking something like that, but it's going to be Netherlands to score over 2.5 goals, to score at least 3 goals at 1.55. You have to pull teeth for this game. You guys know we love pulling teeth. So we have to pull some for this game as well. But I think they're more than capable of scoring at least 3 against Tunisia. They scored 5 against Sweden. This team loves to score. All they know how to do is score. Just keep scoring. And if we concede, we concede. So that's a good bet for me.
Okay, moving on. Next matchup, Group D, the battle for second and third place, Paraguay versus Australia. Okay, I'll give you some context here. I'm still not buying the Australia hype. I'm sorry. They 8-2 against U.S. and did not look good at all. U.S. controlled the whole game. And fine, they beat Turkey 2-0. There's not much to say about that because Turkey's been absolutely horrendous this tournament. And to be fair, Turkey actually controlled that whole match. And in another alternate universe, Turkey could have won that game 3-0. Literally. So I'm not buying into the Australia hype. I don't even know why there's hype around these losers. They suck. Sorry, Aussies. So
Damn.
I have 2 plays for this. I have Paraguay money line at 2.8. I think the value is insane. Yes, they lost Miguel Almiron to the red card where he covered his mouth, whatever. I don't care. Doesn't matter. They're still going to get the job done. You can go double chance if you feel like it's a little bit safer, but I think at 2.8, the value is there. On the flip side, another safer bet, which I really like, is over 1.5 goals at 1.67. These are 2 teams that haven't really been scoring like crazy. However, it's the game of their lives. Like this is the game that decides who goes through to the next round. They're both going to put the pressure on. I think Paraguay wins. I think there's over 1.5 goals. So either take Paraguay money line at 2.8 or take over 1.5 total goals in the game at 1.67. That's crazy odds, bro.
Yeah, over 1.5 is insane odds. I'd take that personally. But contrary to Anthony, I'm going to be taking double chance Australia at 1.47, almost 1.5. They're second place. They have a better goal differential. They conceded only 2 to the U.S., while Paraguay conceded 4 and scored 1. Whatever. But I see this game just ending in a draw, to be honest, because they both know they'll be through on 4 points. And they're just happy they made it out of the group, to be honest. Let the U.S. finish first. Who cares? Turkey's done anyways. They can't qualify. So give me double chance Australia. I think they don't look too bad.
Nah, I don't like them. Okay, moving on. USA versus Turkey, guys.
Thanksgiving special.
I'm going with USA money line at 1.98. They are on fire in front of the home fans. I think it's one of those like, let's make a statement here and get the job done against a Turkey side who is probably going to play some like more of their bench guys now, the reserve guys. They're like, you're not going to see Guler or Yildiz.
You might see Yildiz because he played
they might start, but you know that they're not playing
the whole
game. Like at this point, Montella's their coach, Vincenzo Montella, is going to probably throw some younger guys in there, give them an opportunity.
Or some older guys.
Or older guys, whatever. It doesn't matter. But they're not going to do much. And I think USA wants to win out the group. 3 wins, 3 games, 3 wins. It's a huge boost for their morale. 9 points. Like what a solid way to end the group stages as one of the host nations. So give me USA money line at 1.98. That is a perfect straight bet. Take that all day.
Yeah, USA money line solid. I also like USA over 1.5 goals at 1.83 for them to score at least 2. They've done that so far this tournament. They scored plenty of goals. They look great at home. And yeah, money line's great over 1.5. Take those. Good value there in that game. You can make a lot of money in certain games in this tournament.
Well, thanks, bro.
Just follow our plays,
Okay, next matchup. This is a huge one, boys. Norway versus France. First and second place. Obviously, both on 6 points. Goal differential is only one difference. France has 1 goal better in the differential. They have 5. Norway has 4. This is going to be a very good matchup. Again, people were calling Norway the dark horse, and clearly that is true. I even had them on a separate bet straight as a money line against Senegal. Incredible. A lot of people cashed in on Holland, 2 goals, 2 games in a row. Like, just incredible stuff. But they're playing such good football. They look very fluid. They have a very, very strong team this year. And then, guys, France is France. Not much to say here. Dictador Mbappe is absolutely snapping right now, buddy. That guy's like, give me the ball or you're done. And you know what? Rightfully so. He's scoring, so I have nothing to say towards that. Anyways, with that being said, big matchup. Who's finishing first in the group? This is decided on this game right here. If they draw, it will be France. However, I think France gets the job done, but this is what I would be taking. I'll be taking both teams to score here at 1.7. I think that's a ton of value. I don't see France is scoring guaranteed. I don't see Norway not scoring here. They have 7 goals for. They actually have 1 more goal for than France. So I think both teams to score here at 1.7 is super, super valuable. And then the second bet I have is Mbappe anytime scorer at 1.87. His goals have been speaking for themselves. What does he have? He has 5 goals.
4.
He has 2 and 2. He didn't score a hat trick the first game.
No, he has 4.
Yeah, he's 4 goals in 2 games, and they look for him in the box. He kind of has that, not to compare them, but he kind of has that Cree aura, that Ronaldo aura, where it's like the team looks for him and wants him to score, wants to give him those goals. So I see him scoring for sure. So both teams score at 1.7. Separately, I have Mbappe anytime goal scorer at 1.87. And if you put them together in a nice same game parlay, that's 2.72x your money. I also love that.
Yeah, I just like both teams to score at 1.7. Mbappe anytime is great too. If you want to go nuts, you do both teams to score. Sorry, you don't even do that because it doesn't even make sense with this bet. You just do Mbappe to score anytime and Holland to score anytime. That's probably close to like 4x, 3.5x.
Yeah.
But I think both teams to score is the safest here. Holland kind of playing mind games out in the media saying shit like, what do you say? He's like, France probably going to beat us and then win the group and probably win the whole tournament. So you didn't see that?
No.
There was a clip where he's being interviewed after the game. He's like, we're not too worried. France probably going to beat us, win the group, and win the tournament.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. People are saying he's playing Pep mind games. He's channeling his inner Pep. But I think regardless, they're going to go out there, put up a fight, and both teams to score. That's it. I don't care who wins. I just hope for a good match.
All right, moving on. Next matchup, Senegal versus Iraq. I'll be going with over 2.5 goals here at 1.53. Yeah, Senegal probably wins this game. But I see goals. They both conceded goals against. 6 goals against for Senegal, 7 goals against for Iraq. They both been eating goals against France and Norway. I think you're going to see a couple more goals get eaten. A couple guys are going to want to. I don't think there's really much to play for in this group. I don't know if 3 points gets anybody through to the next round. But again, you got to look at it like some of these guys are playing for attention to try to get big moves. And you're going to see some of the Senegalese guys do that. Same thing with the Iraqis. So give me over 2.5 goals at 1.53.
Yeah, this game I don't really care about, to be honest, but it is what it is. Senegal at Iraq. Both teams probably not going to make it out of the group. Just a little showcase for the World Cup for their fans. I like Senegal money line, but I don't know anymore, man. I think I'm just going to stick with that for this game and wait for lineups to see how much is rotated between these two teams. But for now, I'm just going to take Senegal money line.
Okay, moving on. Cape Verde versus Saudi Arabia. Lots to play for. Definitely a situation that either team can go through with a win. Right now, the group looks like 4 points for Spain, 2 for Uruguay, 2 for Cape Verde, and 1 for Saudi Arabia. So a win for Cape Verde puts them on 5 points, which definitely gets them through the next round. And vice versa, a win for Saudi Arabia would get them on 4 points. Again, definitely through to the next round because essentially Spain is going to beat Uruguay. So Uruguay is going to stay on 2 points. And then if either one of the teams below can get a win, that will push them up to second place in the group, which is crazy to say. Now, Cape Verde has been a big surprise in this tournament. You obviously have Vozinha, the goalie, who went crazy on social media, whatever. But even against Uruguay, they stood their own, man, 2-2, when a lot of people thought they had no chance. So with that being said, I'm going to be taking Cape Verde double chance, win or draw at 1.45. Love the value there.
Yeah, I love double chance for Cape Verde here. They're a decent team. They know how to fight, keep going. They got great goalie. And honestly, some great players too. A lot of fringe role players in different sketchier leagues, but they bring it together. They get it done. And they've been showing out this tournament. They have a great fan base too. I love double chance here against the other worst team in the league. Sorry, in the group. It's kind of a no-brainer here, boys. Because they're going to play their asses off to make it out. Like, this whole group could be rearranged after.
Yeah, on one game.
Like,
yeah,
literally one game, one match day, both at the same time. The whole thing's rearranged, potentially. But Spain probably finishes first. They probably beat Uruguay. Uruguay stuck at 2, and Cape Verde can capitalize and go second if they beat Saudi Arabia, which I honestly think they can do.
Yeah, same.
So, Cape Verde double chance just to be a little extra safe. And let's keep it moving.
Okay, next matchup, Uruguay versus Spain. Like we just mentioned to you guys, Spain money line at 1.5 is a steal. Hammer that, put everything you own on it. It's happening. They're gonna just get the job done. I'm not worried about it. Lamine Yamal starting now. He's cooking again. They played great against Saudi. Proved why they are who they are. Goal differential is 4. Yeah, they're crushing. They want to win the group, and this is going to pretty much close that out. And on the flip side, today, at the time of recording, Wednesday, June 24th, Lamine Yamal for 1 shot on target is 1.4x. Hammer that as soon as you hear this being said, okay? Because that will a 1,000,000% drop closer to game time. So I'm going to take Spain money line at 1.5. I'm going to take Lamine Yamal 1 shot on target at 1.4. That's my plays here.
Yeah, I don't know if Lamine Yamal plays the whole 90 minutes. He played 45 last game, but bro, he got 2 shots on target in that first 45. Came off the bench and you were good. That was one of our VIP plays.
Yes.
Last weekend or whenever they last played. Yeah. 2 shots on target for what? It was 1.85.
1.78.
1.78. Yeah, like not the greatest shots, but this kid's a hack, so you know it's worth it. Spain money line. Uruguay don't look great. They look decent. They're capable of scoring, but they're a very predictable team. It's kind of launch it up to the offensive players and see if they can make something happen. The midfield doesn't really link up, and they're all just in a straight line of 4 in the front. It's weird. But Spain are going to undo these guys like crazy. I could see them winning 2-0, actually.
For sure. Even 3, bro.
Yeah, but money line is solid. Lamine Yamal shot on target, solid. In the same game parlay, you're getting double your money. Like, guys, this is like free money for you guys, essentially.
That's a money printer. Okay, moving on. Next matchup, Egypt versus Iran, which is crazy to say that this is first versus second place in Group G.
No way.
Which also
second?
Which also includes Belgium and New Zealand. That's nuts. No one saw that one coming. Yeah. Egypt goes through with a draw, but they could still finish second if Belgium beats New Zealand with enough goals. So I think they're going to want to get the job done. They're pretty much through, but they're going to want to get the job done. And Iran's just not that good. Iran's in second place off of 2 draws, getting a draw to Belgium, which I'm sorry, they didn't deserve. Belgium was moving like Turkey, just missing open nets, missing so many chances. They should have got it done. And then, yeah, Iran also drew to New Zealand, like not for nothing. Like, how'd you draw to New Zealand? They're like they're probably the worst team in the tournament. So I think Egypt's going to get the job done. They have a lot of really good young guys. I watched their last game. They played really well, man. They played really, really, really well. They conceded to New Zealand early, and then they just put the work on them. Mo Salah turned back the clock, cooked it up.
Yeah, Zico scored a header.
Zico scored a beautiful header. I think they're going to get another W. So I'm taking, because it's pure value, Egypt money line at 2.52, buddy. All day, give me that.
Yeah, Egypt money line at those odds with Salah and like a game that they should win, and if they win, they cement first place. That's honestly amazing value, especially if you could get an early payout. That's insane. They go up 2-0, you're good. You can go watch another game. But just to be a little bit safer, I like Egypt high no bet. Your bet hits if they win, and it voids if they draw. At 1.57 odds, I think that's really good value as well. You're getting almost 60% ROI.
Yep.
So if you want to be safe, if they don't win, you get the void. Why not take it? It's a good alternative. This is one of the best alternatives to take, but the odds are never that great. That's why we take double chance, because usually double chance odds are worth it because you still win if they tie. But for this game, tie no bet I think is very good.
All right, the second matchup in Group G, New Zealand versus Belgium. Yeah, New Zealand, I mean, fuck. If they somehow pull a win out against Belgium, they can see themselves through to the next round. I just don't see it happening. They're not good. That 1 point they got was a draw to Iran, and then they 8-3 to Egypt. Egypt worked them. They scored first, but then Egypt put the work on them. Yeah, Belgium, this is a must-win for Belgium, and they're going to need to win with as many goals as they possibly can. So, yeah, I'm going to take Belgium minus 1.5 here at 1.65. If I'm judging based off of their previous performances, I would never take this bet. However, I'm just looking at this from a situational standpoint, and I think that they absolutely need to win. They're not going to win just by one goal. If they do, they're going to try to pump up brakes on these guys. So yeah, give me Belgium minus 1.5 at 1.65.
Yeah, Belgium minus 1.5 is beautiful for this game. This is the game where they score 4 or 5. It's basically the Portugal-Uzbekistan game for Belgium.
Yeah, it's their comeback game.
It's a comeback game, but they need this game now. This is the last game of their group. Maybe they can still finish third and qualify into the next round if they draw, depending on how other games and other groups go. But I think Belgium puts the work to these guys. New Zealand's pretty much out. They still have a chance too if they win. But if Egypt beat them 3-1 and Belgium tied Egypt, I think Belgium's going to do similar work to these guys. So give me minus 1.5.
Okay, moving on. Group L, Croatia versus Ghana. This is second place versus third place. Got Ghana on 4 points with a win and a draw to England yesterday, a win against Panama. And then Croatia took an L to England but beat Panama yesterday. So there's going to be a good matchup. They're both going to try to score. Truthfully, pretty low-scoring games for both teams. Not very offensive. Croatia, really, you can tell that they're aging. They do have a couple young guys like Baturina and a couple guys, but they just look old. Like Budimir, their goal scorer yesterday, guy's like 900 years old. Perisic, 900 years old.
Modric
literally looks like a skeleton on the pitch, which is insane.
Gollum.
And then vice versa, Ghana just has pretty much been super defensive. Barely got the W against Panama. Literally was a last-second winner. And then against England, fine. England didn't look great, and they still couldn't score on them. They just sat back and absorbed.
These guys just sat back.
They just absorbed pressure, sat back, parked the bus. So I see them probably trying to do the same thing against Croatia. But with that being said, I'm going to go with over 1.5 goals at 1.42. I think there's 2 goals here. Croatia needs the W. Ghana, if they concede early, they're not going to just sit back after. They're going to have to be forced to try to score. Then they either score or they either concede again. So yeah, give me over 1.5 at 1.42.
Okay, I like over 1.5. It's at 1.42 now? Yeah, I got it earlier. It was lower, but now it's higher. Over 1.5 at 1.42 is great odds in this game. Both teams probably going to try and score. This is the game where they both think they could take advantage of the other team's weaknesses. But I like double chance Ghana because they're just going to park the bus. And if England didn't score against them, I don't think Croatia's going to score.
Let's see.
Let's
see.
And at double chance at what? 2.12 odds.
The value's there.
At double your money, that's a value play right there for a double chance. Cover 2 of the 3 money lines, you're golden. Obviously, you can hedge that with a Croatia win, but Croatia to win is 1.78, which isn't bad. That's a hedge. But as a straight bet, over 1.5 is solid, and double chance Ghana is just like a nice pure value play.
The value's there. I like it. Okay, moving on. Second matchup in Group L, Panama versus England. Yeah, England right now, because they couldn't get a dub against Ghana. They're sitting on 4 points, tied with Ghana, although the goal differential is just 1 difference. They have 2 and Ghana has 1. So they're going to try to get this dub here. Panama is officially knocked out of the tournament. But when you see these small nations like this and playing in a game that doesn't quote unquote matter, there's two things to look at. A lot of the players, and I've been seeing a lot of it online, are getting a lot of praise. Some Panamanian players who are getting a lot of love and being like, fuck, this guy's good. Maybe he deserves to play in Europe. So you're going to see those guys try to show out, and there's no better way to show out than against England, where you're going to try to just be the what's it called?
The party poopers.
The party poopers, whatever. The party poopers.
There's another word for it. But
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know which one. But
they're going to try to ruin the party. They're trying to poop the party, okay? So I think they're going to at least try to get that done. Anyways, I'm going with under 4.5 goals here at 1.32. I'll be honest with you. This is probably the play I like the least of the whole slate, but I just want to give you guys something for this. If I take it, that's what I'm taking, but I probably won't even take it. But if you're going to look at this game and you want to include it in a parlay, under 4.5 at 1.32, I don't see there being 5 goals here.
Yeah, that's a good look too, just to like completely clean out that there's no goals. I also like England, honestly, to score over 2.5 goals.
Oh, perfect.
I think
so we're on the different sides.
we're on opposite spectrums, but I don't see there being 5 goals in this game, even though England beat Croatia 4-2. Panama are very compact, they're similar to Ghana. Just Ghana can actually score, and they only scored against them at the very end. And Croatia only scored against Panama 2 in the second half once. Panama played a very good defensive game, didn't make Croatia look good. Honestly, thought Croatia looked better against England than they did against Panama.
They did, yeah. They did.
So, I don't know, but I think England could definitely just snap here and score like 3-4 goals and get it done. At 1.7 odds, that's solid.
All right, guys, moving on to the first matchup of Group K. This is a big one. First and second place between Colombia and Portugal. Okay, Colombia on 6 points with 2 wins. They got a late winner yesterday against Congo. And then Portugal getting the draw against Congo and then putting the work to Uzbekistan, which we all knew. Yeah, this is a must win for Portugal. A draw obviously gives Colombia first place, but it's a must win for Portugal because if they come second place, they go into a whole other side of the bracket, which lets them see teams like England, Argentina, I believe Germany Spain. It'd be Spain, England, Argentina would be like 3 of the teams they'd have to meet on their way to the final. So if they win, they go the other side, which is a lot easier of a side of the bracket. So yeah, they're not looking at anything else but this game. I think they're going to get the W. I think Portugal wins this game. So I'll be taking them on the money line at 1.93. Yeah, bro, they are just a better team. Colombia is not bad by any means. But even look, like Colombia struggled to beat Congo, and Congo had chances, bro. I watched that whole game. Like it wasn't Colombia domination by any means. It looked pretty similar to Portugal-Congo. So anyways, Portugal's a better team, much stronger team, better players. You know, Colombia has their Luis Diaz. They have a couple of guys, but then they also have like, how's James Rodriguez still starting? I don't know. Anyways, and it doesn't matter. Give me Portugal on the money line at 1.93. Don't be surprised. This is amazing value for Portugal in a must-win situation with a way stronger team. Basically double your money, bro. I can't not take this.
I'm gonna wait closer to kickoff because I'm hoping Portugal's odds will go closer to 2x, if not 2x. Because as soon as Portugal has 2x, I'm taking them straight. The line here is still not bad, 1.93, basically almost double your money, but I'm Portuguese, so I gotta be superstitious here. I don't want to jinx them or anything. Right. But I do think Colombia are capable of scoring against them. Their defense doesn't look that great on Portugal, and anyone's gonna score against them. If Congo scored against them, I think Colombia can score. This game probably gonna be a shootout. Over 2.5 might be a good show too. But both teams to score at 1.87, I think is solid odds. And hopefully Portugal get the dub, finish first in their group, and then we're cruising to the final.
All right.
Catch you at the final.
Next matchup, Congo versus Uzbekistan, okay?
What a game.
Yeah, this is crazy. I mean...
Did you ever think in your life you'd be talking about Congo and Uzbekistan?
No, I haven't. These guys are both pretty much knocked out unless Congo... No, they're done. They're done. They're both done. Congo would have to win by 1 trillion goals, and Colombia would have to beat Portugal, which is not happening. But anyways, there is a slight chance in the world. Anyways, they're going to try to get the job done. They would want to get their first ever World Cup win here against Uzbekistan's side, who is literally -7 goal differential, 2 L's, 0 points. Congo has surprised people already. Give me double chance Congo at 1.33. I think they actually win, but whatever. This is a safer bet in case they want to have some fun at the end, allow a goal by Uzbekistan. That's that. Again, I don't love this play. Another one that I don't really love, but if I'm taking anything, that's what I'm taking.
Yeah, this is not a crazy game to bet on, boys. We're just trying to give you some value for this game. And I think, obviously, Congo has way more to play for. If they get a dub, there's a chance. And not really a chance, but
They're not mathematically out.
Yeah, but it's realistically done. I still think they can get the dub here, but double chance is safe at those odds. I love it. Give me that. Let's move on to the next game now.
Okay. Next matchup, Algeria versus Austria. This is second versus third place. Austria in third place, in second place, only because of goal differential. They have exactly a 0 goal differential, whereas Algeria is -2. Austria, a much stronger team. Algeria, not bad by any means. They beat Jordan, but also only 2-1. I think Austria is a much stronger team. Currently, right now, with the way it stands, they're actually both through to the next round. But I think Austria is going to want to get the W. So I'm going to go with Austria or draw at 1.39. I think that's pretty good value. I think they probably win this game. But again, to be on the safer side, give us the draw as well. So we get 2 out of 3 money line odds.
Yeah, Austria or draw, double chance here at these odds. I've been taking that since last week. I think it's good. Algeria are going to try, but I think Algeria's content with where they are. There's no way Argentina loses to Jordan. Let's be realistic. And yeah, so I think Algeria's cruising. They're probably going to rotate some guys and just, okay, guys, we made it this far. Objective done. Let's focus on the next game.
Yeah.
Just get a result here. We'll be happy with a draw.
All right, moving on. Next matchup, Jordan versus Argentina. Yeah, guys, Argentina flying. Haven't conceded a goal to this point. They have 5 goals, 4-0 against, and 6 points. Perfect matchup. All 5 goals from Leo Messi. Obviously playing an incredible tournament to start. We love it. We love to see the old men showing the young boys what to do. With that being said, Jordan is mathematically out of the tournament, has absolutely no chance. So we're going to go with both teams to score no at 1.55. Jordan's not scoring on Argentina. Just put it like that. Argentina's going to not only get the dub, but the money line odds were like 1.22. Maybe you actually a little same game parlay there. Both teams to score no and Argentina to win to get you to like 1.7.
Yeah.
1.8. But yeah, the better bet here is both teams to score no at 1.55.
Yeah, the most like simple, convenient value in this game is both teams to score no. Like you said, they haven't conceded. Messi has 5 goals or low. Nobody else in that team can score a goal apparently. But yeah, that's it. Both teams to score no against the worst team in the group. Like, bro, don't tell me Jordan's gonna all of a sudden win the game and finish third, and like that's not gonna happen here.
They're not even scoring.
They're just gonna Messi maybe scores a poker this game. That's 4 goals. So who knows? But they're not scoring. They're done. They're dusted. They want to go back to the Middle East and just relax and chill and sip some coconut water,
Yeah, sip coconut water. All right, guys. With that being said, the slate is finito. It is time for the moment you guys are all waiting for. It's the eve of the round of 32 of the World Cup. Zio Tony and Uncle C's are in the favelas getting their hair dyed blonde. All of a sudden, they look to their left, Ronaldinho. They look to their right, Neymar Jr. They say to them, Neymar, aren't you supposed to be at the World Cup, bro? He looks and says, oh, amigos, como estás? Hey, you boys not gambling anymore? We turn to him and we say, Neymar, of course we are. He turns and says, well, you know what? I got an 8-leg parlay that is 225x your money, and it kicks off with over 2.5 goals in Curacao versus Ivory Coast. Then it has both teams to score in Japan versus Sweden. Give me Paraguay money line to beat Australia. Give me both teams to score yes in Norway versus France, and Kylian Mbappe to score anytime. Give me Spain to beat Uruguay and Lamine Yamal to get 1 shot on target. Give me Egypt to beat Iran. Give me Portugal to beat Colombia. And guys, the 8th leg, the last leg, give me double chance winner draw Austria against Algeria. I'm putting $361.85 to return $81,494.07. We'll see you at the money counter. $80,000 richer for the round of 32. Guys, make sure you download the Polymarket app on the App Store and use code ANT20 when you deposit for a free $50 courtesy of the boy. I'll see you at the money counter. I have a 6-leg parlay that is 16.90x your money, and it kicks off with both teams to score in Japan versus Sweden. Then we have over 1.5 total goals in Paraguay versus Australia. We have France money line against Norway. We have Spain money line against Uruguay. We have double chance Egypt winner draw against Iran. And guys, the 6th leg, the last leg, give me Portugal, Ronaldo, to beat Colombia. I'm putting $300 to return $5,070.63. I'll see you at the money counter. Let's go. And guys, if you want to claim a free $50, download the Polymarket app on the App Store and use code ANT20. When you deposit 20, you'll get a free $50 courtesy of me. You're welcome. We'll see you at the money counter. Let's go.
I got an 11-leg parlay that is 227.70x your money for this weekend. And guys, it starts off with over 2.5 goals between Ecuador and Germany. I know, sounds crazy, but trust me, it's going to happen. Then I'm taking Ivory Coast -1 on the spread against Curacao. I'm taking both teams to score in Japan and Sweden. Double chance USA versus Turkey. Both teams to score in Norway and France. Spain moneyline versus Uruguay. Egypt moneyline versus Iran. Belgium -1 on the handicap against New Zealand. Both teams to score in Colombia and Portugal. Argentina -1 on the spread against Jordan. And then last but very least actually, double chance Austria against Algeria. $50 will bring you $11,385.07. Guys, we'll see you at the round of 32. I got an 8-leg 10.15x your money parlay for the last round of the World Cup, and it starts off with double chance Germany against Ecuador, over 2.5 goals between Japan and Sweden, over 1.5 goals between Turkey and USA, over 1 again between Norway and France, Lamine Yamal to get 1 shot on target, double chance Egypt versus Iran, over 1.5 goals between Colombia and Portugal, and Argentina money line against Jordan to send us home. Guys, this is very simple. $50 will return you $507.85. A nice, easy one for the weekend. Let's get it done. We'll see you at the round of 32.
And just like that, we wrap up episode 40. What a vibe. Appreciate you guys tapping in. As always, please, before we end this podcast, hit the subscribe button. It means the world to us. Give you a second to do it right now. Ding. Congratulations. You just subscribed to the best soccer betting podcast in the world. We'll see you guys at the round of 32. We'll see you guys $1 million richer. Let's go.